Yeah. The Easy Post Hawaii Bowl. San Diego State is a 7-point favorite. This line, I think they opened like a 3-point underdog. Over under 49.5. You are the San Diego State Whisperer, and you started nailing their totals ever since Maiden converted from safety to quarterback. He was their most dynamic quarterback by far. This Middle Tennessee secondary is vulnerable. And this San Diego State, look, they're going to be going up against an air raid offense in Middle Tennessee. They are going to throw the ball a lot. And the San Diego State defense was down this year because of the secondary. They lost a lot of key guys, and they were vulnerable in the back end. Still really good against the run. You got an All-American up front, Tavai, but you can get some yards on them, unlike years past through the air, which might be good news for San Diego State. What do you see here? I assume, based on what you said earlier in the show, in the lead-in, it's over. San Diego State overs to close out the year one last time.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna be cracking a 1989 Glenmorangie Grand Vintage and enjoying my Christmas Eve scotch, enjoying a bunch of tickets that I have on San Diego State. And Brady Hoke, I trust in him going to the island. He was just there last year. They beat Hawaii 17-10 in this stadium. He knows what a business trip is here. When you look at Rick Stockstill, the last time he was on the island was in this very bowl, and he got blown out. I think 2016. So, you can't look at the overall offensive numbers for San Diego State on the season because Jeff Hecklinski was fired midseason. Jeff Horton took over, the running backs coach. Jeff Horton took over as offensive coordinator. He made the switch at quarterback to Jalen Maiden, and it's just been gangbusters since.
Vertical and explosive.
Yeah, vertical and explosive. And so what's funny is they actually changed the playbook for Maiden. They shortened the crossing routes, quarterback zone read, and they told him you have a free pass to take off. He ends the season with over 300 rushing yards, 174 of those on scrambles. He's responsible for 17 first downs off running. So if Jalen Maiden is not feeling it about what he sees downfield or in the crossing routes, he's going to take off. And that's just going to be a problem for Middle Tennessee. They have one of the worst numbers in defensive passing down success rate, meaning Maiden is going to get outside the tackles. He's going to make a lot of magic happen here. This Middle Tennessee offense is all about Chase Cunningham and his lack of protection. It's been a problem all season. 120th in pass blocking. A third of all passing attempts have had pressure, hands in his face. The running game and finishing drives are both outside the top 100 for the Blue Raiders. And even the explosive numbers from the pass is 94th, middle was 93rd, and red zone efficiency. It's bad all over the offense. Can't protect, can't score, can't be efficient in moving the ball. And San Diego State continues to be a great defense under Brady Hoke. Top 30 in eliminating explosives, 12th in defensive finishing drives. There's just not an analytical path to Middle Tennessee getting points on the board. And the number's inflated now. It's completely oversold. You're right. I mean, I was like hitting submit on the opener and getting denied, finally got like a +1, +2 in and -3. And now we're all the way up at a huge number, but I can't go and say that Middle Tennessee is going to cover this. So the number's inflated from the side and the over perspective. But then again, I don't see anything from Middle Tennessee that would keep me from playing the Aztecs and playing the over on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I actually think Middle Tennessee will get some through the air, which you'll need to get the over. I think that they can have some success through the air. This isn't the same quality of San Diego State defense because of some of the deficiencies on the back end. And if you look at San Diego State this year, what you have to remember is, and look, their pass defense numbers are way down. They do limit explosives. They're great, like you said, in finishing drives. But you look who they played. I mean, you got to remember that first game of the year, Arizona shredded them, put up 38. Then they played Idaho State. They get shredded by Utah. They played Toledo. And in that Toledo game, I mean, Toledo, Finn gets hurt late, but he threw for 250 yards against them. They played Boise. They gave up 35. Then they play Hawaii, Nevada, two just poverty offenses. They play Fresno with Haener. They give up 32. And then they play. So these are numbers that you're not used to seeing San Diego State give up that much. And their defense started to improve a little bit down the stretch, but it's like San Jose State, who put up 27, New Mexico, Air Force. So I actually think Middle Tennessee will contribute enough. I actually might be joining you on the San Diego State Christmas Eve over, hopefully an early Christmas present.